it breaks my heart to inform you that 2 more activists were shot dead just recently by armed groups. One activist was shot dead in front of his wife and children on 17th of July, 2007, and another activist was shot dead after a shot on June 15, 2007. So let me paint the picture real quick. It usually happens like this. At around 1:30 a.m. on July 17th, Charlie Solayo and his wife, Marina, were standing about 50 meters away from their house. They were waiting for a ride going to the old road, Sarakan in Tacloban City, to buy fish that they would sell in the market later that morning. A single motorcycle with 2 men on board suddenly appeared. One of them was a driver, the other the gunman, both wearing hoods. As they came closer, the gunman started shooting at Charlie. The victim's wife, Marina, saw her husband slump to the ground after the first 3 shots. The gunman continued shooting at the fatally wounded victim as he lay on the ground. He then went back to the waiting motorcycle, which sped off in the direction downtown Tacloban City. The victim's stunned wife and children immediately took him to the Divine World Hospital, where he died 10 hours later from 6 gunshot wounds. So picture that, my sisters and brothers. Look at all these pictures, these faces, these eyes that tell a lot of stories. This has been the 869th victim since the Arroyo regime came into office in 2001. And well over 190 individuals have been abducted. Arrests are infrequent and hundreds of cases remain to be unsolved. Please take a look at these pictures again. Like Marcos, GMA has declared an all-out war against all of the opposition and has spent billions of pesos towards this effort. In addition, the Philippines Armed Forces of the Philippines also receives tens of millions of dollars a year from President George W. Bush to fight this war on terror and what he calls the Second Front. So let's give a round of applause for President Bush as well, y'all. So the killings of hundreds of political activists coordinated by the administration and attracted widespread condemnation here and abroad, like what the Reverend was mentioning. The military has been blamed for the killings, and Monday's speech was the first time GMA, who had always defended the armed forces, acknowledged this. She said, "We must wipe this thing from our democratic record," she said. She highlighted on Monday, yesterday in the Philippines, which what she called her administration's success in the past year and would play a critical role in achieving her vision for turning the Philippines into a first world country within the next 20 years. Is that going to happen? No. Is that going to happen? No. How can you turn a third world country into a first world country? I think that's very optimistic and very unrealistic to make that jump, and not resolving the root causes of widespread poverty, unemployment, hunger, and corruption. This puppet administration is completely wiping their hands by blaming the national forces for all the killings instead of being accountable. Wiping their hands from responsibility is not only unjust, but flat out immoral. With almost 900 deaths and almost 200 disappearances, illegal arrests, torture, intimidation, and harassment, political killings continue to be an almost daily occurrence in the Philippines since GMA took power. No one has yet to be persecuted for these crimes, and there continue to be complete denial and lack of action from the Philippine government in regards to this issue. The recent report of the United Nations, along with the report of the royal government, found evidence that the Philippine military and police as being perpetrators of the killing. So they're not taking accountability, but they're definitely perpetrators. So mga kasamas, we need to organize. We need to organize and continue to pressure the administration. We need to be messengers for the hundreds of people who have been silenced in our homelands. We are in a strategic place to put pressure on our local officials. Please join any of these organizations out here. We need to stand united here in the States so we can put an end to this fascist, U.S. puppet government, greedy, monstrous Aswang that is running our country to the ground. So we say, Waki Baka!
Wag matakot!
Wag matakot!
Waki Baka!
Labu, labu, labu!
Hey, hey, hey!
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 Labu!
Hey!
Labu!
kayo! Putang ina nyo, mamatay kayo! Putang ina nyo, mamatay kayo! Mamatay kayong lahat!